So have you ever wondered why you keep making the same money mistakes, even after reading books, attending seminars, and learning about budgeting and so much more? Maybe you've promised yourself countless times that, oh, this month I'll save, this year I'll invest, this time I'll be more disciplined. Yet somehow you end up repeating the same cycle. What if your problem isn't lack of financial knowledge? What if it's unresolved financial trauma? Financial trauma occurs when painful money experiences create emotional wounds that continue to influence your financial decisions even years later. Perhaps you grew up in a home where there was never enough. Perhaps your parents constantly fought over money. Perhaps you watched the family business collapse. Perhaps you experienced sudden poverty after a period of comfort. That event may have ended, but the emotional impact remained. And today, those experiences may be silently shaping how you earn, how you spend, how you invest, and even discuss money. So many people are trying to solve emotional problems with financial strategies. That's like trying to treat a broken bone with perfume. Until you heal the wound, the symptoms will keep returning. And that is why I created the Healing from Financial Trauma course. Not to teach more budgeting, not to teach more investing, but to help people understand the hidden emotional forces driving their money decisions. Because when healing begins, financial transformation becomes sustainable. If this resonates with you, send us a message. Let's talk about how you can join the Healing from Financial Trauma course. You can just comment healing in the comments. I'll reach out to you with the details. My name is Chukwemeka Oyenizi and I'm the founder of the Naira Academy. Bye-bye.
Yes, hello everyone, and good afternoon. Welcome to another beautiful Wednesday afternoon. My name is Chukwemeka Oyenizi. I'm the founder of the Naira Academy. Happy to be here again. Yes, so today, back on our live session, we're back today with another beautiful topic: why success feels incomplete until some people see it. And you're welcome, everyone. Yes, welcome, Madam Anne. Welcome to Chris. These are our two cohort leaders already here. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, we're going to be adding some good knowledge today with what we're going to be learning here today. Yes, so those joining us, sorry, we got on Instagram late, but we're live on Instagram now as well. Yes, we're live on Instagram as well. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube also. Yes. Hey, Madam Emily, happy to have you here today. Welcome. Yes, we are live. So today, we'll be talking about something that affects a lot of people, right? And it is why success feels incomplete until some people see it. Why success feels incomplete until some people see it. We need to understand why this happens, right? And we need to know what to do instead. All right, instead of always making it visible. One of the most fascinating aspects of human behavior is that a lot of people do not want to just succeed. A lot of people don't simply want to succeed. They want their success to be seen, right? They want their success to be seen. Sometimes people dress up in the morning, they wear wonderful clothes, but they don't feel good if nobody says, "Oh, what you're wearing is good." Why? Because they just don't want to dress well. They want to be seen to have dressed well. All right? So it's a human behavior, right? So think about it. For some people, promotion might feel good. Oh, you've been promoted. But it feels better when people know about it. When people know that you have ascended into that position. Oh, it feels wonderful. For some people, a new car feels very exciting. It feels exciting that I have a new car. It feels exciting that I have a new car. But for some people, it's more exciting that there's excitement that comes from other people seeing it, that you have a new car. There's more excitement. There's more excitement that comes from people seeing that bought a new car. Oh, well done, congratulations, right? The same thing with the new house, right? But the satisfaction increases when relatives, when friends, when people visit, and they congratulate you and all that. But that raises an uncomfortable but important question for us. And what's that? And that question is, why does success sometimes feel incomplete until someone else sees it? Why? Why does it feel incomplete until somebody else sees it? Madam Emily. So let's get deeper. Right? The answer to this question is deep. And sometimes it has roots in identity, it has roots in validation, it has roots in child experiences, social status, and even financial trauma. All right. So human beings naturally seek recognition. So at the basic level, we all want to be seen. Everybody. We all want to be seen. Right? We want our efforts to be acknowledged. We want our sacrifices to be recognized. We want our achievements to be appreciated. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. After years of hard work, it's very natural for you to feel good when people celebrate your progress. It's very okay. So recognition can be healthy. But the problem begins when recognition becomes a requirement for satisfaction. You get the difference. It's okay to be recognized. Recognition is okay. Right? It's okay. Recognition is healthy. What is not healthy is when recognition becomes a requirement for satisfaction. So if you're not recognized, if nobody knows about it, you're not satisfied. Right? What becomes a problem is when success only feels real if somebody else confirms it. So you're so consistently looking for someone who can say, okay, I agree. Or come and tell you congratulations, because you can know that I've actually been successful in this thing. That's when it becomes a problem. Right? And when it gets to that stage, sometimes we're no longer just celebrating success. We're proving something else. And there's a difference. Right? Celebrating success is you saying, oh, I'm grateful for how far I've come. Proving something else is, I need people to know how far I've come. And there's a lot of us on these boats. There's a lot of us on the boat of, I need people to know how far I've come. I need people to know that I'm successful. I need people to know that things have changed for me. Right? I need people to know. So a lot of people are on the boat in the WhatsApp group of I need people to know. Right? They've moved away from the WhatsApp group of people who are just grateful for how far they've come. So one comes from contentment. I'm grateful for how far I've come comes from contentment. I need people to know how far I've come comes from unresolved need for validation. Unresolved need for validation. And sometimes it goes deeper than that. Sometimes it even goes as far back as our childhood. That's where some of this need for validation is coming from. Right? A lot of childhood experiences have followed us into adulthood. A lot of adults are still responding to experiences they had decades ago. A lot of us, in one of our money management classes, I said that a lot of us still manage money with the mindset, with the response of our 12-year-old self. Right? So a lot of adults are responding to experiences they still had years ago. It might be that maybe they were mocked for being poor at some point in their life. They were looked down upon, right? Maybe they were excluded because of their background. Maybe when they are doing this, these people on this side are poor people, just keep them one side. You were excluded because of where you come from, because of your background. You were underestimated. You were constantly compared with others, so it made you feel less of yourself. So those experiences have created an emotional wound. And years later, financial success becomes an attempt to rewrite that story. So that person is no longer simply buying a car. They are answering an adult insult. Sorry, they're answering an old insult. The old insult, or maybe they insulted the father for not having a car. Now you have a car, you want to prove that you have done what your father couldn't do. If you have that kind of history, if you have that kind of wound, emotional wound, you will no longer just be building a house. You'll be responding to years of feeling invincible, years of comparison, years of exclusion, years of being looked down upon. Right? You're no longer pursuing wealth. Subconsciously, you're pursuing validation. And it's this pursuit for validation that keep people in poverty. It's the pursuit for validation. You know, this is one of the things that determine people's blueprints. And it will set people back to where they are coming from every time they try to make any headway with their lives. Right? So a lot of people carry an invisible audience in their minds. That's another problem. That's another reason why success feels incomplete until people see it. Some of us carry an invisible audience in our minds. There's an invisible audience. Sometimes it's former classmates. Sometimes it's relatives. Sometimes it's neighbors. Sometimes it's critics, old friends. Name them. Sometimes it could be even exes, former romantic partners. You want to show them now that you have succeeded. Sometimes it may just be people who just doubted you. So without realizing it, your financial decisions become performance for people who may not even be paying attention to you. Invisible audience. People who are not paying attention to you at all. You don't pass both that sheep. Just see this comment about Anthony Judge. Right? So a lot of us carry out these things, some invisible audience in our minds. So, and when you have those invincible audience in your mind, one question that will always come to your mind is, what would they think when they see this? What will people say about it? But if I do this, what will people say about it? You have an invisible audience. And the invisible audience will motivate you to ruin your finances. Because it will motivate you to go for the expensive purchases that you don't need. Why? Because you're asking yourself, what would they think when they see this? So you're trying to impress. You're trying to impress the former classmates in your mind, the relatives in your mind, the neighbors in your mind, the critics in your mind, the old friends in your mind, your former romantic partners, different people. It might even be your parents, it might be your siblings. So those questions would always come up in your mind. And that is what is going to push you to make the most difficult decision. Sorry, the most useless of decisions, if I might use the word. Because those decisions will not progress your financial state in any way. Right? So I'll tell you this little story. And it will tell you how much, all these things we're saying eventually is linked to, they're all part of financial trauma. So the domestic staff worked for us. And then at some point, she said she needed to go home. As she was going home, she used almost all the salary she gathered that she was paid and she spent it on buying clothes, buying bags. She didn't even let anyone know. She just went and then came back, and she has bought clothes and bags and different things, name it. Why? Because she was planning to travel to the village. So she wanted to tell people in the village that I am coming from somewhere, coming from things have changed. So it's about what is visible. It's about what's invisible. Let's move on. Some other things have also helped to amplify this thing in us, right? Some other things have helped to amplify this thing in us. Some other things have helped to make people feel incomplete until another person sees it. And what is that? Another thing is social media. Yes, thank you, Madam Uzosike. Unfortunately, the people that you're trying to impress are not even seeing it. The people you're trying to show that this has happened in your life or you're now this person are not even seeing it. Social media has made it worse, right? In the previous generation, only people near you will see success. Sure, now when the person see you, he will not say you don't buy new clothes. Abi, today, one post can show hundreds and thousands of people what you have acquired just now. So social media has made it far, far worse. Far worse. So as a result of social media, a lot of people now are measuring their success by visibility. How many people liked their comment? How many people liked the post? How many people commented? Oh, blah, blah, blah. How many views did they have? The danger is that visibility and wealth are not the same thing. Because somebody can appear very successful online, but the person is struggling financially offline. And there are a lot of people in that boat. A lot of people that claim to have a lot online, offline, they have nothing. Right? They have nothing. And this idea, this thing is rooted in our communal, in our African context. Why? Because we have a very strong affinity for identity. And because of that, people feel pressure to demonstrate success. They want to demonstrate it to family members. They want to show their village communities that they have made it. Just like last week, we we're talking about people building houses as trophy, right? A lot of people go to the village and build mansions because they just want to show other people that, oh, maybe that person might be doing just fairly okay where he was, but he wants to back home in the village wonderfully well. The person goes on. Okay. Yes, sorry, I'm back. Had connection issues, right? But we're back now. And please just let me know if you can hear and see me. Um, Please let me know if you can hear and see me. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Please let me know in the comments. Let me be sure that I am back. Just let me know in the comment. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay, so I just saw a comment here, and this is true. That says that, sir, this is true. Some people even make videos of themselves while praying and praising God in church and put on social media. Yes, because they want people to know that they pray hard, they pray well. It is still that same problem of seeking validation. It is still that same problem of if people don't see it, they are not satisfied. Right? If people don't see it, they're not satisfied. Thank you very much for your comments. Thank you so much. So it's a problem. It's a problem that a lot of people have. And just before my connection went off, I was saying that our context, the community, our African community that is strongly rooted in identity have also led to this, has also fueled it as well. Why? Because we are often fueled, we're often pressured to demonstrate success to family members, to village communities, age grade, peers. You know, we're always pressured, the pressure to show success. That's why, have you noticed? This is one that I noticed. Have you seen class reunion groups, secondary school, university class reunion groups, right? People do not attend reunions if they feel they have not been successful at they can show people. People attend reunions to come and show people that they are successful. You go to meetings of old boys or old girls, you know, people come there to come and show that I have made it, or people come to show, you know, it's something, it's a problem. It's a problem. So a lot of people are not just coming for the sake of just, you know, whatever the agenda of what they want to do for the school is. They are coming simply because they want to come and show and make you see that they are successful. So at that point, they don't want their success to be church, they want it to become public. Right? And all these things is the reason why you see people prioritize certain things in life. It's the reason why people prioritize things like luxury cars. It's the reason why people prioritize extravagant ceremonies. I've seen people cough out money, borrow money just to do certain celebrations because they want it to be at a certain level. Why? What will people say? People spend money they don't have to have the kind of weddings they can't afford because they don't want people to speak less of them. What will people say about us if we don't have this type of wedding? People have oversized houses that they can't maintain because they want to keep up with an appearance. Even when those decisions weaken their finances. So sometimes the goal is not just comfort. Sometimes for those people in this category, the goal is confirmation. You want someone to confirm it. And all these things are also signs of financial trauma. See, you know, financial trauma creates a strong desire for visible proof. It wants it to be seen. Right? Trauma wants to be seen. So you want people to see you. Maybe, let's say it's somebody who experienced poverty. The person unconsciously, it's not a conscious thing, unconsciously, the person might have feeling like, oh, if people cannot see my success, then perhaps I've not really escaped from poverty. So they want people to see. Why? Probably because when they were poor, everybody saw they were poor. So now, unconsciously, everybody must see that they've made it. So they want to change people's impression about them. So it will change their focus from looking at things that will create wealth for them to change their focus to getting expensive houses, luxury cars, designer clothing, lavish celebration. Right? Sometimes these things are less about enjoyment, but more about reassurance to themselves. So these things become evidence for them. Evidence that the struggle is over. Evidence that, this person has finally made it. This person has finally made it. Right? The domestic staff who squandered her money buying clothes and bags just to go home, all the person wants to go and show at home is, I have finally made it. I don't make up. I finally made it. I finally made it. So there's that thing in us to always prove, to show somebody that, we have made it. Yes, thank you very much for sharing. So Madam Bilkis says that she knows an old schoolmate that is in debt, but when you see her on social media, you think she's the PhD president. Yes, thank you. Yes, and lavish burials too. Thank you very much, Madam Emily. Lavish burials too. Like I've told the story here of a former colleague who, for some people, I'll just tell the story just briefly again. So the mother-in-law died. The wife was the only child, and it was time for the mother-in-law. They spent a lot of money trying to save her. They couldn't. The woman died. People actually met the man and told him that, we know you've spent a lot of money. Please just do this burial. I'm remembering because of the lavish burial, that comment I saw. Because people were like, just do this burial the little way you can and get over it and get on with your life. He said no. Because somewhere in his mind, he wanted people to see. Wanted people to see something. So he went to the village and he built a very wonderful house, painted, furnished the house to the teeth. Why? Because he wanted people who were coming from the city to see that, this guy is successful. He built, and there's still that same problem of house in the village thing that we talked about. Wanted people to see that, for him to have come to build house in the village like this kind of house, this guy has made it in life. It's all for validation too. He just wanted people to see something. But the problem was that this particular person did these things on borrowed money. See, we have big problems financially. And that's why I say it's not just about looking at money from the numbers parts. We need to look at it from other aspects. If not, nothing will change for us. Nothing will change for us. There's this very strong desire that we have for validation. And there's a big problem with external validation. External validation is a very powerful thing, right? But then it's very dangerous. It's dangerous. And the danger is that it never lasts. It never lasts because no amount of applause permanently satisfies a wound that requires healing. I want to say it again. No amount of applause can permanently satisfy that wound in you, in that person that requires healing. A lot of us are just moving on about with emotional wounds. And those emotional wounds are still driving us to make mistakes on our money journey. So there will always be another person to impress. So you cannot finish impressing people. It's not possible. You can't impress everyone. So you will keep moving from wanting to impress everyone, and eventually you become very exhausted because you're trying to impress everybody. So you will be exhausted. You'll be exhausted, your finances will be exhausted. No amount of applause can satisfy a wound that requires healing. There would always be another status level. There would always be another comparison. There will always be another benchmark. So if your self-worth depends on visibility, your satisfaction will always be temporary. You will never be satisfied. Never. And remember, upload fades. So when the upload fades, The search begins again for more applause. So you're constantly on the move in search for applause. So what do we need to do differently? What do we need to do differently? What we need to do differently is that at every point in life, at every point, we need to learn. And people who can always learn from are the wealthy. Right? See, a lot of financially mature people eventually discover something. And what is it? That the highest form of success is not being admired. The highest form of success is being secure. Please write it somewhere. Write it down somewhere. Just write it down somewhere. The highest form of success is not admiration. It's not validation. It's being secure. It's being secure. But I see a story on the comments. Let me share before we go on. This is from Madam Anne. So she says, my husband was sharing with me of a friend who had only 600K savings, and he was planning to use all to do child education. And my husband asked him, please, who are you trying to impress? 600K savings, all his whole savings to do child education. Interesting. And funny enough, the wife and the baby spent months in the hospital, right? With huge financial burden. After my husband spoke to him, he called his family to say he has only 150K for dedication. He shouldn't even be doing dedication. He should not be doing dedication. His dedication should be, he should go to church and come back home. And it's still that problem. You see, it's still that problem. Thank you, Madam Anne, for sharing this. It's still that problem of having a feeling of satisfaction when people see it. That's the reason why we throw out some of these parties, this dedication, these things. That's why. Is that sense of, is that one thing validation? That's the reason why we do these things. It's the reason why people want to do dedication they can't afford. If this man's savings is 600,000, he can't even afford 150,000 for dedication. He can't. He cannot. That's the truth. He can't even afford it still. But his mind is still going there. He can dedicate his child to God by going to the church. The priest, the pastor will pray over the child and they will go back home. What is really the dedication? Is it not the performance? Is it not the prayers and church? Is that not the dedication to God? Though for this person, that's not really the dedication. It is the party that will happen at home that is the dedication. The same thing with marriages. The same thing with, see, I cured myself too of financial trauma. I healed from it. Right? You can imagine, for me to have a wedding without a reception, that's to tell you that I healed. It was a journey. Because what actually is the marriage? Really? What actually is the marriage? The marriage is what happens in church. Right? So we need to get ourselves to that point where you're not concerned about what people are saying. I wasn't concerned about what, of course, I told you, for those who have always joined this session, I've told you the reason why I didn't have a dedication. Sorry, not a dedication. Why I didn't have a wedding reception. I was building a house and I had to make my choice. My wife and I had to make a choice. A house or a wedding reception. We said the house is more important. And if we didn't make that choice, by today, people would have come for the reception and had a feel of themselves and gone home and will continue with our financial burdens. So you need to heal yourself and get to that point where you're not concerned about what people will say. Somebody even told me then, what will people say now when they hear? And see, when you get to that point, where you're no longer concerned about what people will say, you're no longer seeking for validation, you have peace. Trust me, you have peace. I had something like a dedication anyway, naming ceremony, right? For my child. I think we had three pastors, and we had a sister and a husband, and two other family friends. And that was it. And nobody heard that we did. Do you know people close down the street? It's not like I cannot afford it, but I've moved away from that place where I'm concerned about impressing people. Right? So, oh, interesting. So everyone adjusted and the family started contributing for the dedication. It was grateful. Oh, people even came, people even contributed for him. But the dedication must not happen. What is important about the dedication is what is happening inside the church. That's what is important. That's what is important. So the highest form of success is not admiration. Yes, it's not. It's not validation. It's being secured. It's being secured. Thank you so much, Black Mysterio. I see you. I see you. Right? So Mrs. Emily, okay, reading this comment says, weather reception is still, so would have the audacity to complain that the Lord wasn't today. Of course. And that, thank you very much for this comment, man. That brings us back to something that I just finished saying. You cannot finish satisfying people. You can't. You can't. People are insatiable. Right? People are insatiable. So if you live on external validation, there would always be another person to impress. There will be another status level. Maybe the level of the jollof rice was here. His level is here. If you move here, you still find somebody that his own jollof rice level has passed that level. His own is higher. How many people can you impress? Right? People have different benchmarks for jollof rice. How many benchmarks for jollof rice can you beat? Right? So if your self-worth depends on visibility, satisfaction will be temporary. Right? To be temporary. Always remember, always have it at the back of your mind that the highest form of success is not being admired, it is being secure. Secure in your finances, secure in your purpose, secure in your identity, secure in your values. Right? And at that stage, your decisions become less about appearance and more about outcomes. More about outcomes. It's no longer about appearance. It's not about what people say. It's not about what people can see. It's about the outcome. The question changes from how does this make me look? How does this make me look? To how does this improve my life and my future? And trust me, that's a powerful shift for you. So there's a difference between wealth and looking wealthy or wealth signal. A lot of people spend energy acquiring wealth signals. Why? Because that's what is seen. Wealth signals are things that look like wealth. And very few people acquire the wealth itself because the wealth itself is really not seen. Wealth is built in the quiet. So what are wealth signals? Wealth signals are things like luxury purchases. You know, those status symbols, public displays. Those are the wealth signals. The things that show that you're wealthy, but really don't make you wealthy. But what is wealth itself? Wealth itself are assets. Wealth itself are investments, cash flow, businesses, ultimately financial freedom. Ultimately financial freedom. One is visible, the other is valuable. Wealth is valuable. Wealth signals are visible. But you know the challenge? The challenge is that our society today celebrates visible more than valuable. Our society don't care about anything. They care about visible. So people now pursue visibility before valuability. See, even the Bible warned us against these things. Yes. The Bible warns us against this. See, in Matthew chapter 6, verse 1, it says, be careful not to practice your righteousness before others to be seen by them. Right? The context might be spiritual, but the principle is the same. It's the same. See, motives matter. Why we do things matter. Why we build matter. Why we spend matters. Why we pursue success matters. A healthy life is not built around being seen. It's not. It's built around being faithful, being wise, being purposeful. So, one question we should ask ourselves always, at every time, before making any major financial decision, ask yourself, if nobody knew about this, would I still want it? The same way, I asked people in the Money Click, I think a few days ago or last week, when I wrote about building mansions in the village. And I said, if nobody will see that mansion in the village, will you still build it? Will you build it if nobody will see it? Let's say you build that big mansion and nobody sees it. Will you still build it? Will you still build it? I'll come back to the comment section soon. So that this question of if nobody knew about this, if nobody can see this, will I still want it? This question has a way of revealing motives to you. Right? So if the answer is yes, wonderful, you're on the right path. If the answer is no, then that purchase is serving a different purpose than what you thought. It's having a different purpose. And if you dig deep down, you'll find out the purpose. Right? You'll find out the purpose. So let me quickly go to the comment section. Okay. Let me see. So Madam Ans, this is a continuation, said he needed to use the money to buy some Thanksgiving items. They haven't even done the dedication because family members, they fight that it's his first baby and first girl in the family. It's both first baby. First baby. So because he's the first baby, he should kill himself. Because he's the first baby, he should drain his finances. Right? He should drain his finances because he's the first child in the family. He should drain his finances. And it's the thing about not taking financial decisions from an emotional point. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Black Mysterio, okay. This is common awareness of the breeze. Even my cousin was talking from experience that sometimes she lacks peace of mind. Thank you, Black Mysterio. All right. Yes, thank you. Dedication is not compulsory. It's not. It's not compulsory. It's not compulsory. There's another story here. From maybe move to Instagram. Because when Anthony George is calling my attention on Instagram, she said that gist too much. But Anthony George, we have arrived. We're on Instagram right now. We're looking at it. So she says, so she's telling a story about someone. And she said that after losing her father a year ago and was unable to attend the funeral in Niger, she said she must do 1 year memorial service because she's her dad's favorite child and she's selling Ashebi for it. Oshe? Interesting. But Anthony George, give us more stories. We are here, man. We are here for it. My attention has come to Instagram now. Yes. People forget the main focus. Yes, and they focus on irrelevant things. Very much. And it is not that they forgot, right? It is that their subconscious is about those irrelevant things. That's the problem. It is that their subconscious is about satisfying an old hunger that has been there for years. So the problem is the state of their minds, their subconscious. The problem is their blueprints. See, a lot of people, a lot of us, our blueprints have been marred with emotional wounds. So it's the blueprints. And that's why I would always say money is more about how you behave than what you know. Why? Because before what you know we kick in, how you behave has sorted everything. So before that thing that you know will come into place, what is in your subconscious has already run your financial life. You don't buy the thing finish, you now remember, that's true, I was supposed to invest. But you've already done what you wanted to do. Your behavior has already taken place because your behavior runs through your subconscious. And that's why the Money Click is such an important place for everybody that wants to improve on their money journey. Because the Money Click is not just about just learning. The Money Click is about changing your mindset. And changing your mindset is not a one-off thing. It is something that happens continuously over time. The question is, how did you get to become who you are in your subconscious? It is through repetition. So what we're trying to do is to also use that power of repetition to change, to impute what you're learning to become a part of you. So when learning becomes one-off, you will not get that change that you're looking for. See, if you would have to come here, right, and you just hear me once, I will just teach you about, let's say, budgeting or one thing in finance once every 6 months, and you go, nothing will change. But because we're here every week, every month, every single day, every single week, every single month, we're here, you're hearing it over and over and over again. You hear it so much that it becomes a part of you. You hear it so much that you start hearing my voice in your mind when you want to do things. That's when the real transformation begins. Because we're moving away from just knowledge to becoming behavioral. Because we are replacing habits. And trust me, when you hear something long enough, it becomes a part of you. Right? It becomes a part of you. So it's key. It's key. And that's what the Money Click is about. Just in case you're here and you're watching us and you're not in the Money Click program, you're missing out on this journey. The Money Click is not about having one-time classes. It's about being in your face every day. Even the Money Tips about being in your face every day. The Money Tips is about reminding you every single day. And honestly, also, if you're in the Money Click and you don't read the Money Tips every day, you're doing yourself a disservice. Please, every day, make out time to go through the Money Tips. Every single day. You paid for it. All right? Yes, thank you so much, Madam Ann. The Money Click is truly transformational. Yes. So Madam Ann says during the Fathers Conference, I was telling my husband, see my billionaire coach behind my new mindset, behind our finances. Oh, okay. See my new coach behind my new mindset, behind our finances. Oh, lovely. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm so glad. Right? So please get in. The 2026 Money Click program, 2027 is already on. And people are already in the 2027 Money Click program, right? In fact, I will say this to current members of the Money Click program. If you're currently in the Money Click program and you're not able to get into the next batch of the Money Click program, then there's something is seriously wrong. Because if the problem is that you're not able to pay for the next one, then there's something wrong. If it's your will not to pay, then that's fine. But if it's that, you couldn't pay, then there's something wrong. It means that you're not learning. It means that you're not following everything that I've been teaching. Because if you are, your finances will be improving. It will be improving. And if it's improving, please stay in this community. Just stay put. Stay put until the transformation is complete. Don't be quick to run out. Right? Don't be quick to run out. Remember, this is not a 1 day journey. This is not a 1 year journey. This is a journey. It's a journey for a purpose, right? Okay. Let's finish up because of time. So, so there's nothing wrong with people seeing your success. In case somebody somewhere and they say that, oh, that means nobody should ever see anything in success now. That means if I'm successful, I should just hide it that I've achieved. No, I'm not saying that. There's nothing wrong with celebrating progress. I'm not saying you shouldn't celebrate. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the fruit of your labor. Right? What I'm trying to say, what I've been saying all throughout today, is that the danger comes when visibility becomes more important than value. That the danger is there when recognition becomes more important than wisdom. The danger arrives when proving success becomes more important than building it. Why? Because true success does not become real when other people see it. True success becomes real when it creates peace, when it creates freedom, when it creates security, when it creates purpose, when it creates opportunity ultimately for your future generation. And I want to leave you with this. The best success is not the kind that impresses the crowd. It is the kind that quietly transforms your life whether the crowd notices it or not. So please, focus on what changes your life. Focus on what transforms your life, whether people are seeing it or not. If people sees it, that's fine. If they don't see it, you're still being transformed. And that's where we come to the end of today's Wednesday live session. Let me get back to the comment section. Yes, thank you so much for that. Emily says the transformation completes when we transition to glory. Thank you, but we live here. Yes, we live here. Madam Gel CK says all the people that used to chop free money from me said I have changed my hand. Don't become Aradite because of my money click says. It's fine for them to talk. It's fine. They will surely talk. There's this singer. Osadebe said, if you chop, then go talk. If you don't chop, then go talk. So they will always talk, right? And getting yourself to that point where you are not, where you're not bothered about what people say is the ultimate. Because what you're doing is not for people. You're doing for yourself, right? For yourself. So it's for yourself. So don't be bothered that people will always talk. They will always talk. And and if in your, according to Coach Wendy calls it uncultured generosity. If in your uncultured generosity something happens to you financially, the same people will come to you and the same people will be the person who will still talk. They won't stop talking. They'll now say that upon everything, all the opportunities you had, you couldn't achieve anything for yourself. They just knew that this person cannot succeed. They will still badmouth you. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter what people say, right? It doesn't matter. But Anthony just says, Coach, your voice now comes out from my wallet once I bring it out. Oh, it needs to come out too. Please, it needs to come out. We must get it right. We must get it right. We must get it right. Right? See, so many people spend years. When I mean years, they spend years trying to improve their income. A lot of people spend years trying to improve their income, right? But very few people spend time to understand their relationship with money. See, I'm sure before you joined this community, you would not have known that your relationship with money might not have been to your advantage. But you need to spend time. You need to, and that's why I'm so grateful for people who come to these live sessions, right? You need to understand your relationship. If not, you can't change it. You can't change what you don't understand. And even though people do not understand the relationship with money, yet that relationship determines whether they will build wealth or not. It determines whether wealth will be preserved or whether it will be lost. There are two things that affect you in life, whether you care or you don't care. It is health and money. Health and money will affect you whether you decide to know more about it or you decide not to. It will affect you. If you decide that your health, you won't take it seriously, or you take it seriously, your health will affect you. If you decide that you will want to learn about money, you don't want to learn about it, it will still affect you. All right? So if you've ever felt that your money habits are connected to something deeper than just numbers, if you've ever wondered why financial knowledge have not produced the results that you desire, then, and you're here watching me today, I want to invite you to join our Healing from Financial Trauma course. Because sometimes the breakthrough you need is not just another investment strategy, trust me. The breakthrough you need might not just be another side hustle. Maybe the hustle you have already is enough to take you to where you need to be to take you to where you need to be, right? The breakthrough you need might not be another budgeting app. Sometimes the breakthrough is understanding the hidden emotional patterns that have been shaping your financial long or your life. And once you understand them, you begin to change them. And you cannot permanently change your financial future without addressing the beliefs, the fears, and the experiences that created your current financial behavior. So I invite you to join our Healing for Financial Trauma. Our Healing for Financial Trauma course, right? Join our Healing for Financial Trauma course. That course will be anchored by me and Coach Wendy Ologe, right? So join now. Early bird offer is still on. This is the time to join, right? This course starts, I think, on the first week of August. It starts on August 3rd to 7th. It's a whole 5 days course. Please do not be left out. Be a part of it. Be a part of it, right? Be a part of it. Okay, so I see comment here saying, yes, Madam Anne says, faith comes by hearing, and I'm focused on hearing daily till I get soaked. I'm not in a hurry. Thank you so much, sir, for pouring on us daily. Thank you so much, ma. Yes, changing your mindset is very consistent. So, okay, please, Coach, I have an unrelated question. You said something during Father's conference about car insurance. Is it bad to have car insurance or health insurance? No, it's not bad. So, what I was saying during the Father's conference is that a lot of fathers, a lot of parents have insurance for their cars. They have insurance for different things, but they don't have insurance for people who are dependent on them. And that is their family. So that was my point of mentioning that during the Father's conference, right? In fact, because I was saying during the Father's conference that if I count all the men on that conference, 90% would have car insurance. But if I also count again, maybe only 2% might have any form of insurance for their dependents. Why the dependents? The wives and their children. So that was just a call to tell people that they need, to tell fathers that there's a need to focus more on ensuring the lives, the education of those who are dependent on us. And I said something again during that class. I said, insurance might not just be the traditional way. Investing is a way of insurance. Yes. When you're investing, you're also ensuring the lives and the future of your family. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. If you're not in the Money Click program, I'm so sorry. Right? You might not even really grasp everything that we talk about here all the time. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Happy to have you all here today. It's exactly almost 56 minutes since we come upon this live, and we'll have to end it now. Right? Remember, the Healing from Financial Trauma course is here. And not just that. Remember also that we have the How to Make Money from Stocks, in case you missed the last one. Or you're in the Money Click Match Cohort program. Please make it a point of duty to be in these courses, right? Yes, thank you so much. What a blessing. My had drastically improved. I'm being friends. I'm bringing friends and family 2027. Yay! Please bring them. The truth is, when you have more people who think alike, right? The same way with you financially, it also helps to improve your finances. But if you have people all around you that they're not thinking the way you're thinking, they don't have the same mindset you have, they'll keep dragging you back. I'll come here and I'll tell you how things should improve. They'll be doing negativity on the work that I've done, pulling you back. I'm pulling you forward, they're pulling you back. But when all of you are here, you're hearing the same thing. Trust me, your transformation will be astronomical. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It's always a delight for me to be here. Trust me, it's always a delight. It's always a delight. I love teaching, and that is what I'm called to do. My name is Chukwuemeka Onyenezi. I'm the founder of the Naira Academy. I'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow we're back here, 12 noon. We're back here for the Thursday live session. See you again. Bye-bye.